working. The three most common things that go wrong with a drum kit. Number one, the hi-hat. You're hitting it all the time, so it's going to work loose. That's just what they do. Half a turn, undo half a turn, and then it'll come off. Turn it upside down. Look, the felt's come off. That's really important, the felt. There must be felt on the cymbal. We pick up the cymbal, it's a bit heavy, and turn that upside down and put that on the clutch. Oh look, there's another felt. That's really important. You must have the felt against the metal of the cymbal, and then the nutty bit, and we screw that on as tight as it will go. Very tight, very, very tight. As tight as it will go. Here you can adjust it because you don't want the cymbal to be choked too much, or else it will split because you're hitting it all the time. Something's got to give, remember that. And we put it back on and we're good to go. Doing it up as tight as it will go. It's called a clutch because this bit goes up and down when you put your foot up and down. And what it does is we're holding onto the cymbal and then we're holding onto the pole. And that's how the clutch works. Oh yeah, a good way to make sure you get the right height on the hi-hat is to put a drumstick in and then do it up. These are heavy cymbals, so it's sitting down a bit, so you might want to do a bit more, in which case just let your foot come down a tiny bit, but you'll get it right. There we go. The snare drum's wrong. What's going on? It's too low. Why is it so low? Sometimes it's because this part, can you see? No. Okay. Sometimes it's because this part is too low, and so we need to do this up a bit. Make sure the snare drum is sitting properly on the cradle. This bit of this drum skin is very, very thin, so it breaks easily, and if the drum is sitting on the edge of the stand, it will break when you hit it, and that's a terrible thing. Then it will spoil the sound of the snare drum, and it's difficult to fix. Not impossible, but difficult. So make sure this bit here is done up tight. So now the drum's sitting on there nicely, but it's still too low. My knees are above the drum. That's not good. I can't do rim shots. I could do chops, but I'm going to be hunched over. So I'm going to raise it up. And remember, half a turn when you undo something. Take the weight of the snare drum. That's about right. Good. Why does the bass drum feel funny? Let me move this snare drum out of the way. The bass drum is not attached to the hoop of the bass drum. Really, really important. The bass drum pedal must be attached. So we make sure this little bit here is undone. It's in a different place on some different bass drums, but this is really important. We lift up the bass drum and slot the pedal in. There we go. Make sure it's sitting flat on the floor. You don't want it at an angle. Otherwise it'll be difficult to play and it can break things. Nice and flat, that's good. Do it up, again, nice and tight. Doesn't really matter if it bites into the hoop of the drum too much. Some people put rubber to protect it, that's all right. But it's more important that it's attached and it's not going anywhere. And that way, we've got the pedal in the right place, so it's easier to hit the bass drum pedal, to hit the bass drum. Good to go.